Hello everybody, Andy Lopez, Invisible Gardener here. This is a continuing series on my worm farm, the adventures of my worm farm. So this is a cattle trough. It's 4 feet by 2 feet and 2 feet high. So I bought it at my local barn place next door here, down the road. We sell all kinds of farm stuff, right? And so it has legs that I put on it, a stand that I put on it so it's off the ground. And these legs are going to get canola oil in there to keep the ants from climbing in. Over here is where the liquid comes out. And let me show you what I did. So I punch a few holes into it. There you go, there they are. You can do like a series of them if you want to. I think that's enough. And then what I do as a screen, I put this filter over it, see, right? And then right now it's empty. And I'm starting to collect everything I need. I have some compost, which I have over there, containers. I have some some newspapers. I have some cardboard. Just make sure when you get the cardboard that you remove anything like that from it. Right, you see, I take that off. And when you buy all these are recycled, so that's nice. Newspaper is nice. You just don't use anything with color in it. And you see that I have papers. I have a shopping bag there, and more cardboard here. I have plenty of resources that I use. Like for example, this is right from the property here. It's pine needles and soil and everything that's been decomposed already. I have plenty of that. And then I'll get started right away and show you the layering that gets done. I'll do that tomorrow. So take care, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye now. Hello everybody, this is Andy Lopez, the Invisible Gardener. Here we are back in the garden again, and guess what? Look, potatoes have started. There's a potato there. There's another potato right there. Another potato right there. Potato. That's a potato. That's a potato. See if you go back a little bit, you'll see them. Potato like right over there. That's a potato. Hey baby, that's a potato right there. Doing this thing. Happy potato. There's gonna be more. This is also the same place I planted corn. Potato and corn make great companion plants. Anything that's gonna attack the corn probably will go after the potato first, and the potato will kill it. Sorry. Bye. Hello everybody, it's Andy Lopez, Invisible Gardener again. Today I'm working on my worm farm. As you can see, I'm starting to put down a layer of newspapers. Now the order of the layer is not important. He said what's important is you do get different layers. So the first layer I'm going to put down is this newspaper. The only thing you don't want to use is anything that has bright shiny colors. See, this is fine. These are fine. Everything else is fine too. The same thing with the cardboard. I'm getting ready to. I use the shopping paper. Those are fine to use. And when you use cardboard, make sure you take these things off. See, that has to come off before you use it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put down the first layer of newspaper. So remember, guys, that when you after you punch the holes in there, you want to put a screen down. So what I use, I went to the store and I bought one of these. See? Basically a screen. Last time I bought it, I cut it up and put it down and it just destroyed the screen. So I should just use the whole thing. See? And I put it down right there to cover the holes. That also, if you don't do that, the worms are so small sometimes they'll climb right out. That's what you want right there, okay? You see I'm starting to put down the first layer of newspaper. Now make sure you cut everything up into strips. You don't want to just lay sheets of newspaper or sheets of cardboard on. As you can see, I'm starting to put down the second layer of the cardboard now, okay? So as you can see, I'm not only putting down a layer of cardboard, but a layer of shopping paper bags. Thin layers is all you really need. So the next layer I'm adding, I'm getting right from my house, from outside, This is basically pine needles. This is eucalyptus, but it's totally dried out. That means all the oil is gone. Got some sand in it. A bunch of other little stuff in here, see? See, so I'm going to be adding that as a layer. Okay, so I'm also adding a layer of the compost that I got from my worm bin before, because that's what happens after a while. It all turns into nice rich compost. So there's earthworms eggs in here, and I'll get you another batch and I'll show you some worms that are in there. So I'm going to put a layer of that down. If you don't have that, you should just go buy some clean compost. By clean, I mean it doesn't have anything else in it other than compost. Preferably some animal manure would be great. So here you have the start of the compost layer. You can see that underneath it, it's got the paper bags and cardboard, and you can see some newspapers taken out. So I'm going to put a layer of the compost that I have here on here. Okay, so if you look really close, let's see if I can find it. Where's the little fella at? Anyway, there's lots of worms in here. Not a lot, a billion of them, but they're all over the place. And the more you look for them, you're going to see them coming out. Okay, so here's the first layer. It has the done. It has the newspaper, cardboard, shopping paper bags, and a layer of compost. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer a layer of the worms, which is, I have a little worm farm here. This is a miniature worm farm, smaller, see? And this is what it looks like. So I'm going to take a layer off here and dump it into the worm farm. And as you can see, there's lots of worms in here already. You see them there. See, there's lots of worms everywhere. So we're going to take this layer and we're going to dump it into the worm. So this layer is very wet. Normally I would water the paper and stuff, but this is going to soak up the papers, and the cardboard are going to start soaking up this. How wet it is. It needs to dry up a little bit anyway. So then we're going to go ahead and start over again with a different layer. One of the things you want to do before you put the newspaper and the cardboard into the bin, you want to soak them in water. If you use water, you want to have filtered water, clean water. Never use the city water, it will kill everything. So I have a filter. As you can see, I have a filter on the tip there. That's a filter that will clean out the chemicals. What I do is I make a compost tea if you can. That's why it's brown like that. That's better. You can soak it in that 10-15 minutes before you put them into the worm bin. Make sure that you take off any plastic, any labels, anything like that has to come off. So now I'm going to put a little layer of food for them. All you need is a little bit. There's coffee grinds. This is all natural organic coffee filter. A little bit of coffee, I'll lay it around here. They have a banana peel. So this is all coffee, all food from eggshells, coffee. They love coffee grinds. Okay, so here we have so far. It helps to crush these down a little bit. See? Right? Crush the eggshells down a little bit. So here we have another layer, right? So I'm gonna go put another layer down. I'll be right back. So here we have pine needles, a bunch of different things that are outside. One of the things you want to do is you want to learn how to use what you have in your yard. A little bit of soil, a little bit of sand, some leaves. Again, these are oleander leaves, but they're dry, totally dry, so the oil is gone. Pieces of wood, twigs, bark, stuff like that. So one of the things you should do when you're, that's my finger, my thumb. Sorry. One of the things you should do when you're putting the newspaper down or the cardboard down is to lightly sprinkle it with water. So you want to get some, you want to get a filter, right, a garden filter, and you can sprinkle it lightly with water. It has to be clean, filtered water. Can't use the city water, that will kill them dead. Use just lightly a little bit, get the newspaper and the cardboard wet. So a tip is to use a garden filter. This one's called Blue Boogie. There's also Garden Grow. And another tip is when you do use the water, right? There's the water. You want to turn it into compost tea. See? Compost tea. And that's what you want to sprinkle into your worm bed. Okay, so I'm ready to put in the last layer of compost. I've watered down the paper, newspaper, and the cardboard. Not too much, just enough to get it wet. Remember, shouldn't have worms in here yet, but this compost is the worm compost. It has some worms in it and worms eggs. Once it's all set, I'm going to let it settle down. Then I'm going to be ordering some more worms and introducing them to the worm farm. Hello everybody, Andy Lopez, Invisible Gardener. So the next thing I'm adding is biochar. So biochar, you can look it up, you'll find that the microbes will love this stuff. See? And of course the worms, it won't bother them at all. They love her. Okay. Next thing I'm adding, I dried up a bunch of the stuff, see how it's all nice and dry. And most stuff I already had in the old worm farm, all nice and dry. So it's ready to go into the worm farm. I'm gonna put that in. Hello everybody, Andy Lopez here again. This is distilled water, filtered water, see? Has nothing in it yet. This is filtered water. You see the difference in color. This is a little bag of, it's actually one of my socks, one of my old socks. It works great as a tea bag. You see the difference? So this has the worm compost in it. And we're going to go over here to my little worm compost pile. I just moved my worm farm, so I took all the soil out, all the compost out, and I'm going to start using it. This is the worm compost. So I'm going to take a little bit of the worm compost and put it in my sock. So here it is. This is a lot more than we need, but I'm going to use a lot of it on a regular basis. This stuff can be used many, many times over to make a tea. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it into my filtered water. Here it is. See, it's going into my filtered water. Now watch. See? You see what's going on? Ta-da! And then I'm going to bubble it. I'm putting a bubbler device together, several different types. But for now, good old sun over here for a little bit. It's the best. It gets aerated. See, they're working there. Okay, and I'm going to sprinkle them out. What I do is I pour it into my little watering can and water my plants. And look at these guys. These guys are at least maybe 2 feet tall, right? There's another one over there. And there's a couple of small ones in there. These guys, I don't know, but if they want to get really nice and tall and big, here they are. And the other one's over there. Let's see it? Another one right there, really nice tall one. Let's see if I can spot it for you. There it is. pretty big. We'll see, right? Take care.